They were clapping before and they thought it was over. Welcome back to the special edition of Hannity, our Great American Forum. And we continue to be joined by former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. And now it's time for the audience to ask him a few questions. All right, we're going to start with Luke over here. And Luke, welcome to the program. Thanks for being here. And you have a question for Governor Bush.
Yes, Mr. Bush, I know you earlier stated that you were not considering running for office. Would there be any circumstances that would change your idea of running?
I thank you for going back to my topic. I'm only kidding.
I don't anticipate that. You never say never. This is a standard answer that I've kind of learned how to give, which is you never say never. But I'm never ruling out being on Dancing with the Stars either. So, you know, the 8-ball that I have in my desk that I used to make the big decisions when I was governor says 8-ball outlook not so good. But there are a lot of ways you can make a difference. Bob Wise and I are involved in education reform. I'm involved in supporting a lot of causes where, you know, my voice is heard, and people that share my belief are excited about moving forward. And I can play a role without being a candidate.
Let me throw out a hypothetical, because Luke is a budding journalist. I think he's got a future. Yeah. But let me throw a hypothetical, because obviously education is your passion. You go around the country, you have your 21-point power plan that you're getting states to follow the good results in Florida. What if the GOP nominee came to you and said, Governor, I want you to be my running mate, and if you're also my running mate, I'll make you the country's education czar, which is your passion? It is.
That's a good question. I haven't actually been asked that question before, Sean. I don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. But I would say that the education czar is probably the wrong thing. We don't need any more czars. We've had more than our fair share of czars.
I stand corrected. the country's educational leader.
It's important to realize that the reforms that are necessary are going to happen state by state, because that's where the laws are that create the impediments for a more dynamic education system. The federal government's role has got to be really limited, in my view. They can provide support, but it's not going to happen from Washington.
But if not you, I think another good Floridian might be a good vice presidential candidate by the name of Marco Rubio.
Senator Rubio is a stud. That's all I'll say. He is. I have had the opportunity. You know, I was a big supporter of his, and I probably saw him 10 times during the campaign. I cried every time he spoke. Now, I'm a little sentimental as a Bush. We do a lot of crying in our family, but 10 times? I mean, this guy,
well, speaking of which, I have a clip of your dad that I want to play for you. And this is your dad talking about you.
Oh, gosh.
He took on a tough, popular opponent, Lawton Chiles. And as they came down the home stretch, he saw some unpleasant things happen, unfair stuff. And but he didn't whine about it, and he didn't complain. Barbara will blow me out for breaking up, but anyway, it went on. True measure of a man is how you handle victory and also defeat.
He's a hell of a guy.
Very well. You have a very tight family.
I do. That man right there is the greatest man I'll have ever met in my life. It's the greatest man I know now and the greatest man I'll ever met, just in terms of decency and honor, courage, all the virtues that you would want in a man, and to be a role model. You know, I could have either gone on a couch and said, oh, woe was me, I'll be a quarter of the man that George H.W. Bush was, or I could say, maybe I should aspire to something a little bit lower in life, because that guy is the best.
Governor, it's an honor to have you for the hour. Thank you for being with us. And thank you all for being here as well. Thank you. That is all the time we have left this evening. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a great night.